information you could get that's free, freedom of information, you can see it out there, in terms of shaping and controlling the enemy's cognitive thinking and decision making. And it's very deliberate because scientists around the world and researchers who are doing brain science know full well how to target specific parts of the brain and how to deliver a message that gets incorporated into your mental lexicon and understanding of what the situation is. So a colleague of mine, friend James Giordano, has said the brain is the battle space of the 21st century, and indeed I totally agree with this. And you'll see in this talk how this can play out in warfare, not just in today's current events, but how it's going to perform in the future. It's an invasive, insidious, and invisible threat embedded deep within the layers of AI and machine learning algorithms. It transforms our understanding and interpretation and sense-making and has an influence that starts with the individual and is disseminated throughout the mass consciousness. The human domain, some say, has been proposed as the sixth operational environment. So air, sea, land, space, undersea, and the human domain becomes the new vulnerable target. There's a lot of information that serves as evidence to support that. So this is a new kind of combat in the cognitive domain, in that it will attack society's reasoning as well as tap into our emotions, our beliefs, our historical beliefs, our cultural traditions, and it'll influence societal reasoning and relationships as well. For the adversary sets forth the conditions to shape our perspectives, to shape our understanding of them with their strategic investments as objectives in mind. So advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning technology facilitate the opportunities for adversaries to conduct cognitive warfare along all dimensions. It evolves as an extension of information and warfare and psyops, but it is so much more. It's weaponizing the AI technology, and trust is the target. When we think about deciphering the differences between psyops and information ops, we have to be reminded that with an understanding of the science of brain functionality, we can exploit cognitive biases. Now, we have cognitive biases because it helps us as humans not endure sensory overload. So there are ways of drawing your attention to a certain topic, tied to linked to some strong emotion, whether pretend for a moment you're watching the news on January 6th and you're seeing people rush to the Capitol. How did you interpret that information? Did you see patriots? Did you see some sort of chaos? Your understanding of events is shaped and transformed and interpreted based on the exploitation of cognitive biases. Is a very powerful tool and has been used to undermine our democracy. One of the biggest threats coming, emerging threats, and I'm here to tell you, I believe, and others have said, that data poisoning. What does that mean? That means I take a data set from an uncertified source and I use that to be the training data set for developing machine learning algorithms. And once that data set is poisoned and it gets into the network, it spreads. It's like a virus. So we need tools that are going to ensure that there is this threat detection, that there's a trust measure, that we can certify the sources of data sets and validate the provenance of these data sets before they're put into our networks, especially networks that involve weapons. We have to think about how they're going to be used with autonomous systems. We don't want them overtaken by adversaries in the battle space. Again, we have to think about how our development and our innovation might be supporting the adversary's strategic objectives to attain global supremacy. I divided these in terms of first-order effects and second and third-order effects. In first-order effects,